Hello and welcome to this week's episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel,
hello,
Katrina Swathwood,
hello,
and our guests with an S tonight are Eric Galactus.
Oh, hey. What's up?
And Anthony Smith.
hello.
Off to a great start.
Yeah, that's a good one. We have a full house tonight. Are we releasing this before the San Diego Comic Fest one?
Well, that'll be up to you.
I don't know. Yeah,
We'll see.
Because in last week's episode, I said next episode is going to be an interview with Matt Dunford from.
And we're sneaking this one in.
Yeah, we can always use this one for. I could cut everything we just said out, and we could always use this at whatever time we want. Except it's going to be. It's hard talking about stuff that's like time sensitive, or like currently going on.
Breaking news.
Like, did anybody see the big teaser that dropped today?
Far From Home.
No. That was yesterday.
Yeah, it was
Get
yesterday.
with it.
Oh, was it
That was
yesterday?
yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened today?
Ghostbusters 3,
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
direct sequel to
I
the
was
original.
shown that.
By Ivan Reitman's son is directing it.
Okay, I saw the director's name. It didn't reverberate with me.
Yeah,
It said he made Juno and
yeah, it's Ivan Reitman's son, who's the original director of
Okay.
Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
the fact that he dropped me like Juno and the other stuff. Like, okay,
It's good movies.
I was like, I don't know if it's good for Ghostbusters, but okay.
Well, Juno,
It's not the guy who made the last one. So.
Up in the
Dry
air.
humor.
Up in the Air, and Thank You for Smoking.
Oh, it made Up in the Air.
Yeah,
Okay, well that helps. Juno was my favorite movie. I thought it was just,
really?
Yeah,
You don't like
it
movies
was
that
very
have
teen angsty. I don't know. It was
you don't like movies that have females as the main character, do you?
no. I love some.
What, name one? See, he can't name any ones that he likes that has a female as the lead. I'm just cornering you now. You're thinking about it.
I'm trying to think. I was gonna say Fury Road, but that's like half and half.
It's probably because you have a hard time relating.
That might be.
That's
What?
just the honest.
To women?
Well, I can, to be 100% honest, I can name you 10 actors that I'm a fan of before I can name you 5 female actors that I'm fans of. I mean, I don't know.
It's okay, Corey. I have a similar issue. I don't particularly like bands with female lead vocalists. I don't know why. I just don't.
I've heard that.
Yeah. I don't,
You don't like any, right?
Maybe like back in the day, Paramore, but that's about it. Just not. I don't know.
Well, there's not a lot of, I mean,
Even like standalone singers. You tell me, like no, there's no Beyonce's, nothing.
No Adele's, no.
Doesn't jive with you.
No, I'm not too big of a fan.
of
Not
women, or
no, I love women. Don't
Their
get me
voices can't
But
you
stand
just
them.
don't want them being like,
In
Front
charge
people.
of things.
wrong. I just don't want them speaking out against men. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding. No, I don't know. I just never. I don't know. It's just.
so you don't like any female leads in bands, and you can't think of an actress that you like in a
Charlize
lead role.
Theron. Hello.
I actually don't like her at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
Really?
Yeah, she just rubs me the wrong way.
Not a fan.
Nah, not a
You didn't like her what since Devil's Advocate?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm.
Big Natalie Portman fan. I think she's great.
Have you seen that one she's in? The new one?
No,
Anything either.
no,
No interest.
I'm trying to think of other
I
actresses.
liked Up in the Air. What's her name? You like her, but I never saw her.
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
She's really good. I don't know. It's just nobody's really coming to mind, but actors aren't coming to my mind right now either.
Amy Poehler, Tina Fey.
I like Amy Poehler. I like
Freaking hilarious.
I like
Love
Amy
her.
Adams. She's a good actress. I actually like Jennifer Lawrence. She has some fairly good roles.
She did a movie with Bradley Cooper that I liked a lot. I can't remember the
Silver
name of it.
Linings Playbook.
Is that it?
Where they're all depressed.
They've been in a
and
couple movies together.
I think so. I don't think it was Silver Lining Playbook. I think it had a different name, but
Was the one with the mop?
I don't know about a mop, but I can't remember. I just remember I liked the movie.
How much weight have you gained?
I haven't weighed myself, but a lot because none of my pants fit anymore, and those buttons look like they're really struggling.
I can see it in your face.
Thank you.
You've gained. Maybe it's maybe the beard's just bigger. I don't know.
The beard is a little bigger. I've
But
been getting
yeah, I
some-
can see it
He's
a little
trying
bit
to
in
hide
his
it.
face.
fuller.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I gained from October to December. I gained 15 pounds.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Water weight.
It's not.
It's not.
My stomach
Half.
starts to hurt at work, and it's not because of anything else other than my pants are so tight that I can't breathe.
Well, my thing is I would gain a few pounds, and within a week I could lose it. So I was always like, oh, it's just
fine.
it's water weight, like you said, or it's whatever. I could get back down to my ideal weight. Well, I cut out everything for a week and ate really healthy, and I only lost a couple. So I'm like, okay, I'm at 196. I need to be at 190 or 185. So
You got to go 2 weeks.
That's my ideal weight. No, I got to go 3 months. Well, my goal when I lose it is to lose it and then to keep it off for. I have to be the same weight for like 4 weeks for me to admit that that's my weight.
You weigh yourself every day?
Do you
No,
have one ball or 2 balls?
This is one.
Oh, I thought you busted out 2 for some reason.
No.
I was
You only
like,
have one ball?
double balling it, dude.
no, but Ghostbusters 3. It says it's coming out in 2020. A direct sequel to Ghostbusters 2.
2020?
Yeah,
I see that.
2020.
So it's just a teaser.
Yeah,
It zooms in. It looks really cool, like well shot.
yeah, it
for a
does.
teaser.
And you can't really tell what it is.
You zoom
It's
in
a
on
barn.
on a barn on a stormy night. Leaves are rustling, and you see some lights coming out of the barn, like the doors open.
Then once you get kind of close, it starts playing music from Ghostbusters.
Doo-doo-doo-doo, like this creepy music that precedes the intro music.
And then a breeze blasts in and it lifts up a tarp that has
And you do see some of the proton pack,
Yeah,
like
for a split second.
the lasers from it, kind of. And then you see the Ecto one. And it's super secret, but they don't know whether any or all of the main surviving cast will be in it.
well, what do you if it's 2019? It's been posted everywhere on Facebook and Yahoo News and Twitter and everything. What do you think the comment section? The first thing the comment section is in all of them.
I hope that none of the female cast is in it.
Bingo.
100%. Yeah.
Of course.
Bingo.
That movie was. It wasn't bad. I had a
I
good time watching.
I don't think
it.
it was received well. By
well,
many.
I don't think it was received well because they were boycotting it before because it was a cast of women.
As soon as it was announced, it wasn't received well.
Yeah.
So
Led
it was
by
an
Corey.
uphill battle that they didn't.
That's another one. I like Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, me too. And I like
Kate
the girl
McKinnon.
From, yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't
SNL.
remember her name. She's really
Yeah.
good. When is she gonna? Is she getting a
Is
main
it
role?
Leslie
soon?
Jones?
Yeah.
Leslie Jones
She's
is
funny
good
too.
too.
They're all great. I
Yeah.
don't understand. People
Chris
are just-
Hemsworth was good in the movie.
But-
I mean,
It was one of the. It was an uphill battle, and it just wasn't superb, so it didn't quite conquer the hill.
People can't step outside the box, and that's the problem.
I think there it was double down on that movie because you had the fucking pricks that were like, oh, it's a woman cast. I'm not gonna because they're there. They're
Right.
out there. But then there was the super
Well-aware.
super far opposite side. No, that was like, if you don't like this, you're a piece of shit that hates women. It's like, no, maybe they just don't like the movie. Like
Yeah.
there's
Some people-
but there's both those options available.
Some people
Right.
said the ghost looked stupid. I never watched it. I saw
the
10 minutes
ghosts
of it.
the ghosts looked some of the ghosts look worse in this one than it did in the fucking original.
Yeah, that might be a valid complaint, but if you say that,
I didn't sit down and watch the movie from beginning to end. I watched it in parts.
Oh,
But like everything that Chris Hemsworth in was fucking hilarious though. He was really funny in it. And I liked all the actresses. I don't really have a huge problem with it. Obviously it's not Ghostbusters 1 or 2 because those are classics. Even though some people don't like Ghostbusters 2.
so now they're making a sequel and bypassing it. How do you feel?
I think they're gonna be in it.
Cameo?
Yeah.
Or main character?
Not main characters. I
No.
think at some point they're gonna be in that movie.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Since this is way in advance and we can go back and stuff like this, people will call me on stuff.
Did Bill Murray answer the phone or the voicemail?
The voicemail. I'll say 2 of them will be in it as a cameo.
We're talking about the women.
Yes.
Okay. How many of the original? If you say all 4, I guarantee you're not going to
no.
make it.
That's-
Unless,
they could digitally put
I was
them
gonna say, unless they Princess Leia that shit.
in.
You don't count the receptionist as
I'm
part of
gonna
the main
say-
cast?
What if they got, what's his name out of retirement?
Rick Moranis
Yeah, that would be
or
sick.
Sigourney Weaver.
Hey.
I mean, you can get both of
They're
them.
all-
She's
well,
still around.
Yeah,
Rick
but Rick
Moranis-
Moranis retired
Yeah.
like 20 years ago.
Right.
His wife died.
I could
all of that would make me
see.
super happy.
I could see Ray Winston. What's his name? Is it? What's his name in real life? I can't think of his
Who's
name
that
right now. Winston.
Oh, I'd have to. I know if I heard it.
I could see him in it,
Somebody's gonna pull it up.
and I could see Aykroyd in it. But Bill Murray is like 80% chance he's not in it.
I don't know.
It's
Even after his cameo in
Zombieland.
no the current one,
I didn't see that.
he was like a skeptic. He shows up.
Maybe I
let's say
didn't see
maybe
it.
5 to 7 minutes of screen time.
Huh?
Zedmore?
In real life?
No, that was a character's name. That was his
No.
last name.
Oh, you want the actual guy's name?
Yeah. I need to know it. I need to know.
You need to know.
But I'm excited.
It'd be cool if they have a
Ernie
nod.
Hudson.
Yeah.
Ernie Hudson, thank you.
It'd be cool if they have a nod to Harold Ramis in some way.
Yeah.
Or Vigo, or the guy who was the curator of the museum or whatever. Vigo
Yeah.
was painted.
He does the voice of the Mad Hatter in the Arkham games?
Does he? I didn't know
I
that.
believe so.
Huh.
He's a voice actor at this point.
I haven't seen him in anything in the
Katrina.
2 decades.
Yes.
Can you bring up Ghostbusters 2? The curator for the museum?
Vigo!
We'll get to that in a second.
You.
The other
He
big,
was an Ally McBeal.
other big
that's what I
trailer that dropped was Far From Home. Did you guys watch that?
Yes.
You watch it, Anthony?
What is Far From Home? Oh, Game of Thrones?
Oh
No,
my
Spider-Man.
God.
Oh.
New
No.
I've
Spider-Man
still never
trailer.
seen the first one.
You haven't seen?
Homecoming?
I have not seen Homecoming.
That's pretty bad, man. That's a really good
I
movie.
have it. You want to borrow it?
Yes.
I'll bring it over.
Corey's laughing at his own joke. That was so fucking bad.
Peter McNichol.
Peter McNichol. What else is he? What he's done voices in? Because I know he was done voices in something
He
recently.
was in a Bean movie, Mr. Bean. Remember?
I have some thoughts on the Spider-Man trailer. What do you guys? How do you guys think Mysterio looks?
They showed him for only a split second when he's
Enough
flying
seconds
around.
to see his entire costume.
Yeah, but it was in the middle of like an action scene.
No, but I mean, you see him in his entire costume, and then you see it with the helmet on. So I mean,
Okay, that's what I was going to say. They show him without the helmet, and he said something along.
you don't
Get
want to
outta
be part
here.
of this or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
I thought it looked cool, and I'm a big Mysterio fan. Not that I know what any of his powers are, but from a look aesthetic,
You dig the magician
yeah.
flying around?
I always thought it was funny. And like, the first Spider-Man game, I was like, I like Mysterio, and I figured they'd never ever bring him.
Well, I believe, and somebody's going to say, no, it's not. I believe he was a special effects person who ends up with the suit that has different chemicals in it, and he uses that plus his special effects to trick people, basically. So trailer looked really cool. I'm like, oh, Hydra Man. That's cool because it's a big water guy. Now, we're assuming that at this point that's a manifestation that he's bringing up that he's fighting, right?
I wasn't sure at first. For half the trailer, I was like, okay, this is Mysterio's power, but it wasn't just a water dude. They also showed like something made out of sand or something, right? Like a sand.
I
person
can't
thing?
really tell if it was water with stuff in it or
Okay, from that I was like, are they bringing Sandman back? Because I couldn't tell who the villain was in that way. I didn't think about Hydro Man or
my immediate thought when I was watching it was like, oh, that's Hydra Man. And then I'm like,
Wait a minute.
Mysterio's doing that. And I'm betting it's like a syndrome thing in Syndrome from Incredibles 1,
Yeah.
where he like sets it up to make himself look like the hero.
It's possible. I think the biggest question for me about the trailer. Sorry, you guys are going to weigh in. You watched the trailers? No, you didn't.
I watched it. I just have no idea about Mysterio. So,
Okay, you watched the first Spider-Man, eh?
oh yeah,
And Avengers.
yes. I think that's probably the biggest thing is
Does it
since
spoil?
we haven't seen Endgame, like
or
what the hell?
does it take place between?
Because you didn't know they were making a Spider-Man movie before.
Well, I mean, you
Endgame
knew
dropped.
that Black Panther, any of these guys that disappeared that have their own movie franchises, they're not going to kill the characters off.
I
Yeah.
know.
But does this take place between Infinity War and the first Spider-Man, right in between there, on a summer break before he goes back to school? Or is it after Infinity War and we're getting some spoils about, like, not only he's in it, but also, I think
Nick Fury?
and Colby Smulders, wasn't she in it?
I
I
didn't
think
see
she
that.
wasn't in the trailer, but I think she is.
Okay, then I
But
just heard she was in it.
the guy that's in charge of all that said that this is going to take place after Endgame, so it's
Well, the movie also comes out after Endgame,
Yeah.
so
Right.
Right, but so it does spoil at least one other character being alive. Well, okay, Happy, and I don't know.
Did we see Happy disappear?
No.
No, but it spoils he's alive.
That's
It's
whether or not. So you
how's
think?
it spoiling it?
Well,
you don't know if he was dead.
So if he did get
he's-
puffed out, we know.
We have no idea how
So
Endgame's
if we're
actually
watching
going to
the
play
first
out.
half of Endgame and they say Happy, he disappeared, we're like, well, by the end of it,
Because you're really going to sit there with a notepad. Well, this guy. said
well,
he-
if you see, Spider-Man Happy, and it was at least Nick Fury. If they're not back by halfway through the movie, you know they're coming back. If the Spider-Man takes place,
I'm not big on people that are saying that this is spoilers because you knew the movie was coming. You knew Spider-Man was in it. You knew it. I mean, there's no point in.
it's more about how they come back more than anything.
So it's weird they just show what happens after the movie you're about to watch without knowing.
You don't know.
But do you think if Marvel had their way, this movie would have came out 6 months after, and then there wouldn't be any need for a
No.
trailer? Because it's Sony deciding how to market their own movie.
Yeah, I doubt that Sony's got the soul. They're like, we're deciding when it's coming out.
No, Marvel probably said, you have permission.
No, it's probably.
I'm curious whether that would piss a lot of people off. Like, hey, we're gonna show a trailer for our movie. Like, you guys can fuck off with Endgame. Because
I doubt it.
highly doubt
Doubt it.
you think their relationship is better than that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. I know how their internal.
Because you're basically not, Marvel's just not doing a arm wrestling move to take over Sony. They're going to buy everything.
Have you watched Venom, Eric?
No, which is terrible because I actually bought it and still haven't watched it.
I like it.
I liked it a lot.
I liked it. We got to get into it in a second.
I already know what it's about.
Aquaman?
Yeah, I thought it was a cool movie.
No, last time you were on here, you were talking about how it was like the fucking second coming. You were like, it's so good. Yeah,
the
you
battle
did.
scenes were badass.
Yeah, they were.
I
Were.
fell asleep.
It was a fun movie, but that's
Agreed.
it.
That's
It
how
was
great
not a
they were.
good movie.
I didn't say it was like the best movie, but it was a really good
Pull
movie.
the tape.
I think.
We could pull the tape.
That's fine.
I want you to watch Spider-Man now and tell me which was better, Aquaman or Spider-Man.
Probably Spider-Man because it's Marvel.
Did you know that Venom and Into the Spider-Verse are in the same universe?
I did not.
At the end of Venom, the after credit scene is the scene of Miles walking up to the church in the graveyard, and it's that whole scene with the the train. I'm not going to tell them because they haven't seen it, but so they're in the same universe, but you never see the Sony Spider-Man or the Sony/Marvel Spider-Man. So we're assuming that Into the Spider-Verse is in the same universe as Venom, but neither one of those are in the same universe as the MCU.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd have to watch the post-credit scene again and then also watch Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse was my
So
movie of
good.
the year.
It's a great movie. You should go see it.
That's all I've heard.
It's my movie of the year.
And I would say that's a movie you need to see in the theater.
If you can, yeah. I mean, you're the only one of us that has seen it. We've talked about it 3 episodes in a row. What'd you think about it?
I really liked it. It was.
Did it hurt your eyes?
Did
Did it hurt your eyes?
No,
Yeah.
not at all. I had my contacts on. I was fine. Kids were excited to see it, which was good. They actually sat and watched the whole movie.
Yeah.
Usually they get fidgety or whatever.
So, like, Oliver sat and watched the whole thing. I was excited.
No, I mean, I don't know Spider-Man to the extent like, yeah, at least you do. I don't know about the rest of you.
I don't know it that well either.
But, no, I mean, it was fun. It's a good movie. I don't really like, is it John?
hear
We
you
can
drinking
hear you
water.
drinking.
That's fine. I don't really like John Mulaney, but he did a
You don't
good
like John
job.
Mulaney?
No,
Really?
I'm not a fan. He did a good job of that voice, though. I like Nick Cage. I don't know anything else that Spider-Gwen has done, but
Haley Steinfeld?
I know she's in Bumblebee. I haven't seen it. But
She's in Bumblebee. She's in Pitch Perfect. She's in True
True
Grit. She was up for an Oscar for True Grit.
Keep going because something might click.
No.
The one with
True
Woody
Grit was
Harrelson.
great.
What was it?
True Grit was really
Edge
good.
of 17.
Yeah.
No,
Why
but
don't you like John Mulaney?
I tried watching some of his stand-up stuff, and I just don't care.
Oh, I think he's hilarious. What comedians do you like? Into the Mind?
I'm all over the place.
Bill Burr.
I don't think I've ever heard him.
Oh my god, that's my favorite.
I'm trying to
comedian.
think of the last Netflix thing I watched.
Joe Rogan.
No, well, I'm not opposed to him. I just don't listen to him.
Chris D'Elia.
Same thing. I don't know. I've watched so much stuff on Netflix, and I'm like drawing a blank now.
Bert Kreischer.
No, I'm like old school. Like we watched all the Chappelle stuff on Netflix, and then
That's gold.
I've never watched a single second of Chappelle's stand-up.
oh,
You
dude,
watched Chappelle's show though back in the day. Right?
I've watched maybe a full episode combined.
What am I supposed to do
so
without my
many great
legs?
quotable skits from that show.
I think I hated Half Baked so much
oh,
that
man.
you were opposed to the show.
that I just
good
no
movie.
Jim
Such a great movie.
no Jim Brewer no none of those guys. I hate them. I hated them.
Did you
You just hated Jim Brewer, right?
I did not like him. I did not like Dave Chappelle. I didn't like the movie, and
You
it
did not
turned
like
me
it,
off.
Sam. I am.
Yeah,
There's
Wait
a
till you
guy
try
in
it
my work
again.
that looks
You'll
just
love it.
like Jim Brewer.
really.
Yeah.
Haven't you ever had a situation like how long did you hate Joaquin Phoenix after you saw Gladiator? Like you're just like it's
I didn't hate him at all.
I never watched it, so
you never saw Gladiator?
No.
What?
We've had
We've had
so
this
many
conversation
discussions of
how
how many
awful.
movies I haven't watched.
How awful his movie taste is.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a difference between bad taste and just not
You
watching.
have bad taste in movies.
Well, no, I'm not disagreeing, but
Okay.
but I'm just saying there's so much stuff I just haven't watched. I don't know if that counts as bad taste.
We haven't said. I don't think we talked about it on here yet. The movie challenge that you and I and Alan are doing.
I don't think so.
Okay, so we haven't talked about this, and Corey's not involved. Brian P may be involved. What?
Loosely.
Why are you shaking your head?
Just keep going.
What, Brian? You're just shaking your
Yes.
head at Brian?
Yes.
Is it like the shaking fist? Like,
Like every group has an asshole. Well, Brian's our asshole,
he belongs to us.
and he might do it as well. But we went through the top 200 movies on
Rated movies.
on Rotten Tomatoes. We took the 200 movies, we went through the entire list, and we marked off things that Alan hadn't seen, Katrina hadn't seen, I hadn't seen, or all three of us hadn't seen.
For those movies, do they have to have a certain number of reviews?
No, we would, and we also didn't do any movies that came out within the last 5 years,
Okay, are there a lot
except
of
for Moonlight, because we all wanted to watch it, which
there
we
a lot of
watched last weekend.
documentaries on there or something like?
No,
What's that? What do you call it? Tightrope walking movie. That was like 100% for the longest time.
I don't think it had any documentary movies on it.
Okay, was that not on there?
No, Walk the Wire. No,
Something like
what was
that,
it?
right?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. You're talking about the documentary, not the one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Right, which I don't think did well.
It had really good reviews. I wanted to see it.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard a lot of people got vertigo watching it. It came out to 127 movies. We're gonna watch after every two movies we watch, we're gonna do a short 30-minute synopsis and review of what we thought.
You going high to low or low to high?
We're just picking. Some of the movies are kind of hard to find. They're not like you have to. I don't want to go buy.
Like foreign films, mostly?
Yes, there's Italian movies. There's French movies on there. There's a lot of old movies.
These movies are worldwide, so
Yeah, it's a top 200. rated
some
movie.
might not even be translated.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
there'll
mind
be
reading.
subtitles.
I don't mind reading subtitles.
So, are all the movies like that popular? I don't know.
Amelie is like one of the best movies I've seen, and that had
Yeah, it's a really
subtitles.
good movie. Well, Pan's Labyrinth was on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are big names.
Everybody loves Pan's
I
Labyrinth.
just don't know if you want to find some independent movie from
I
Korea.
haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth.
It's pretty good. It's Del Toro movie. It's really good.
There's a chance I've never seen anything he's directed.
Ever?
Hellboy.
Okay.
You saw Hellboy?
Yeah. Wasn't there two of them?
Yeah.
Did he do the second one?
Yeah,
Who did?
I
who
saw
did-
both of
Who
those.
did Blade?
he
Didn't he
did
do the second one?
one? I
Yeah, he did
feel
the second
like.
Blade.
Is that
That's not the one with Steven Dorff.
what
That was
about
the
Ryan
first one.
Reynolds?
That's the third
That
one.
was Trinity.
So
The
it's
second
a
one's the
gap.
one where they had the split.
Second one's
I've
Ron Perlman.
I think I've seen all three of them.
But yeah, we're gonna be doing that. It's gonna be a side podcast. It'll be under the 9 to 5 Nerds umbrella because it looks like we're gonna have 3 podcasts going at a time.
Yay.
What
Yeah.
a big umbrella.
Yeah,
Fuckers setting up franchises.
yeah. Well, this month's gonna be one of our best downloaded months. I said it online. I said thank you to everybody out there now. So thank you. We appreciate it. You can contribute on Patreon. Well, some of the podcasts are going to be released only on Patreon. And that's just because 1 month, like we did the one with Parker, we're probably going to do one again with him because people seem to like it. And they're not going to be on Patreon every single month. We'll probably rotate. This one will always be free no matter what, but we'll rotate the side ones occasionally. But yeah, we watched Moonlight last week, and we're not going to talk about it on here. But that was the only one we watched that's within the last 5 years, and it was because it was on Prime for free.
Okay.
But that'll touch us. Okay, I have some news articles. I know that Katrina brought some stuff to the table. Corey brought some stuff to the table.
I didn't put it on the table.
Okay, but I want to go over. We'll just touch base with Game of Thrones real quick because
Yay.
Eric's not interested, but he's taking out his phone immediately. So there was a trailer. It was like 45 seconds to a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing is going to be in the
Teaser.
show.
No, it was promotional only.
Right.
Now, I think the biggest breakdown of what's in the trailer is the fact that Arya and Sansa statues were the age that they were, and Jon Snow's statue was when he was older.
Aged.
Oh.
You guys didn't catch that?
I did, but I was like, that's weird. Why would they do that?
I didn't think about it too hard. I was just
There's a lot of
it all
misdirection and deception when it comes to Game of Thrones trailers, teasers, stuff like that. Like when
want
they
to
had
get your
the
toes.
many faces earlier, a few seasons back, people were debating on
Who was
were
gonna
those
die?
people that were going
Yeah.
to die and this and
Yeah.
that. But the fact that Arya's and Sansa's are their age then and Jon's is older, that is at least trying to point you in the direction that they die at the ages they're at while he dies way later on in life.
I wouldn't
Or
mind if
you
Sansa
think-
goes.
Nobody minds if Sansa
that's the
goes.
last time they were in the north, so that's all the people. The only likeness they had to make statues of.
Well, but you
previously,
didn't see Bran.
theoretically.
Bran's not down there.
Yeah, Bran's
Well,
not
they didn't
down
have.
there.
Technically, they're only supposed to have the Lords of Winterfell statue down there. The only exception was Lyanna for Eddard. but not that it matters.
But everybody else's was the age they were there. I mean, even as he's walking by
His mom.
the moms.
Catelyn's down there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, according like book wise, like it's not like every single Stark in the whole lineage.
So what happens in the last book?
Has statues down there.
Yeah, tell us what happens.
It all ends in the crypt.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I didn't really notice in the trailer that a feather was on Lyanna's statue.
Yeah.
And
It gets blown off.
yeah, but the king in the first episode put it there. He's like, "Let's go to your crypt, Ned," and he put it there. But I guess Sansa had taken it off when, I think before she married Ramsay Bolton, or around that time when she was hanging out with Littlefinger, and then so theoretically it never got put back, so it shouldn't be down there for the teaser. But it's a teaser. Nobody gives a shit. So, pretty cool. Gets you pumped, right?
Well, Arya
Yes.
and John got to see each other. That was kind of cool.
You don't use Facebook anymore,
Not really.
but we are going to do a Game of Thrones feast where we're going to watch the season finale of last year and the season premiere this year. Potluck. Everybody bring a Game of Thrones inspired dish.
I'm gonna bring my ale horn
Nice.
I have one too.
and some really good beer.
I have 3 different Game of Thrones scotches that we can drink. One of which is good. The other 2 are a little not so much. Actually, I haven't tried the third one.
You haven't-
which one?
We have not opened the Stark yet.
The Lagavulin Lannister one is actually pretty tasty. I like it.
Was
But-
that the first one?
Yes, but we tried the Targaryen one. It was not good.
I don't have
It's all the incest.
I don't have the palate for scotch.
I hadn't until I had this Lagavulin, and I actually liked it a lot. No, but like Alan's coming, Anthony's coming, we're coming. Obviously, you're probably going to come because you're going to want to watch it right away.
Probably.
But I have that's right in the middle of spring break, and I have those 2 weeks off.
So
So
you wanna party
I
it up?
am gonna eat and drink and
Be merry.
be merry. We'll do a podcast right afterwards.
So much for that weight loss.
That's after these 3 months.
Isn't that after Vegas too?
Yes. Here's the thing about weight loss, Corey. I know because you don't know about weight loss.
I don't lose
Not
weight.
that I'm big either. You get to where you're at, and you don't just eat rabbit food for the rest of your life. Then what quality of life is that? You get to the weight that you want, and then you go like
You gain some
70-30
weight back, and then you
or
lose it again.
80-20, where 70 to 80% of the time you eat healthy, and then 20 to 30% of the time you eat junk food, or not junk food, but stuff that you would like to eat.
Well, you just do it the old-fashioned way. Just eat whatever you want and get bulimic.
Die of a heart
Get
attack.
bulimic.
Get bulimic.
Didn't you come up with
I mean, it's a great way to lose weight before a photo shoot.
Didn't you come up with high blood pressure last time? You went through the
I don't know. Probably. Usually. I mean, I'm fat.
question. If you had kids, do you think it would make a difference on how you treated your body,
I don't know.
Eric?
You have kids.
Do you care more about your well-being now that you have kids?
No.
Really?
I mean,
I want to die
if
as soon
you
as
gave me
possible.
Do you have life insurance?
yeah.
If
Okay.
you gave me a child, do you think I'd lose weight?
No.
I was always an anxious person, and I always had health-related mental problems. But once I had kids and worried about taking care of them, that's when I lost the 36 pounds, and I started eating better and treating my body better and trying to just be healthier because I want to be around.
How do you feel today?
After the 15 pounds I gained, I feel like shit. My stomach hurts all the time. Like I fucking go from being constipated to having horrible diarrhea. It's
really fun.
It's not fun. But Game of Thrones, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I made Sonia start watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And over the past, when did we start watching it? 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Let's say a month. It's been maybe a minute. It's been a minute.
It's been about a month, and we're on season. We just started season. Well, we just ended season 6, and when you find out when Hold the Door happens, oh man, she's gonna be really mad that I say this. She
Waterfall?
lost it.
And that's funny considering I was out there for some of the big beats.
Oh yeah.
Some people getting the heads chopped off or the wedding, and no reaction until after the episode's over. But you said, because I wasn't out there. But
it was
she lost her shit.
really bad.
Do you know who Darren Smith is, Eric?
Sports
Yeah.
radio.
So he was like you. He refused to watch Game of Thrones for years, and they've been trying to get him for 5 years to watch Game of Thrones. Austin Hedges, said he will arrange rent out a bar and they'll watch a few episodes and he'll pay for everything and he'll pay for the food and stuff. So he started watching it, and then he watched 5 seasons within like 3 weeks.
You'd like it. You
wouldn't like it.
He wouldn't like it.
If you watch some of the battles in just like by themselves, like some episodes are as badass as like Lord of the Rings. When it's just fucking.
You're not selling him at all.
He doesn't like Lord of the
Rings.
Rings.
Took it the wrong direction.
Or Harry Potter.
He's not
or
going to
any
like
of that
it.
stuff.
I've watched the first one because of Robert.
I would say, what movies have you watched with battle scenes, but you don't like Gladiator?
Matrix.
Yeah.
What battle scenes are in that? Like
The big one where they're coming into those things are swarming into what was the place called?
Whatever that underground.
Yeah.
Zion.
There we
But
go.
that whole mech part, like anything that I can do with those characters, I hated.
That was the only.
Can we like update your guys' vision of me and maybe we use like the fight scene from Civil War or like the first episode
Yeah, I
of
guess that's
Daredevil?
true.
I'm thinking like thousands on thousands. Like I don't know if you've ever watched. What's the one?
You ever watch Gangs of New York?
No,
Troy's a better one. That one has.
I haven't seen Troy either.
That's
That's not
He's
really
not in
my.
the mythical
Here's the
fantasy
deal.
space.
My
It's
deal.
just not his thing.
We're gonna make a
not quite
proclamation
fantasy.
here. We're gonna make a proclamation.
It's a make
If
believe
this,
place.
if this involves me watching a movie, I'm
Troy?
already.
Okay.
No, that's not what it was.
Our goal this year, and stranger things have happened.
I've seen that show.
I'll just say that if Kevin Smith ends up being on the podcast, the only way you're allowed to be in the room while he's here is if you watch all the Game of Thrones.
Would you do it?
Damn.
And
Would you do it
Anthony's
then?
got a lot of the movies on.
Okay,
disc.
how about this? You watch the 4 seasons that Anthony has, so you don't have to acquire anything.
What if I get the Clerks cartoon tattoo on my leg instead?
No.
No.
Too
Damn it.
easy.
I keep telling you should stop getting tattoos and save your money.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's addicting.
It is
Oh,
very
it
addicting.
is. I wish I had more. I just don't have the money.
Got a mortgage.
Yeah, that's the goal of 2019. Kevin Smith on the podcast. You heard it here.
Are you gonna ask him if he wipes?
Of
Oh, of
course.
course he is.
Just wipes, plain Jane.
Of course. he
Is he just gonna dump and run?
Well, because
He
you know,
can.
you know who doesn't.
well, he's vegan now. He's that clean. Maybe it just comes out and snaps off and you don't have to wipe.
You heard who doesn't wipe?
Who?
Wizards. Before the year 1800.
Oh, I didn't look into that.
You didn't read that tweet?
I didn't.
You
I
know
have
what
no
I'm
idea
talking
what you're talking about.
From J.K. Rowling,
about?
yeah.
Just because one of my topics says, I want to ask, we asked so much about the wiping business.
It's our signature question.
For Pottermore, she, I don't know if she controls the,
You've watched like 2
She
collective Harry
controls
Potter movies.
everything in that world.
does she controls all
Yeah.
the tweets put out by Pottermore?
Well, you've watched
I'm-
like
Is it
4
her account?
hours
Like,
of
it's
the
not
like
some-
I'm sure it's
12,
somebody.
13 hours of them.
the tweet
I'm saying
was,
if you added the amount of time together, you've watched collectively 2 movies.
Well, I think it's like probably the first one and then 2 hours split amongst all the rest.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hogwarts didn't always have bathrooms. Before adopting Muggle plumbing methods in the 18th century, witches and wizards simply relieved themselves wherever they stood and vanished the evidence. Hashtag National Trivia Day.
Okay.
So how do you feel about wizards just dumping wherever they want in the middle of class and vaporize?
I mean, it goes away. It's not like there's shit sitting everywhere like
I don't think they're just
India.
squatting down in the class, though.
Now, do you think like it wipes it for you? Like all like evidence to go that spell go up in your body? What vanishes?
I know that there's like a big poo issue in India where people just like there's not a. I mean, people haven't adopted indoor plumbing as much as they would like, so they just poop wherever.
Holes in the ground.
Can
That
you
many
imagine?
people out there.
Yeah.
But I just showed BB the first 2, and very clearly state Hogwarts was built 1,000 years ago by the greatest witches and wizards of their age.
Doesn't mean they didn't add
for
on
like
parts
9
of the castle.
They built plumbing, and that's where the Chamber of Secrets was at in the girls' bathroom.
Yeah, but books don't always connect to movies. There's
Wait,
variations.
that wasn't in the movie. It was in the girls' bathroom.
I'm saying it might not have been in the book. Well, I've read both the book and the.
You
yeah.
should know. That's why you guys.
I just read Chamber of Secrets too, so yeah.
If anybody should know, it's you two. What is the validity? Were there bathrooms in Hogwarts?
Yes.
Well, the basilisk was in the sewers. Doesn't mean it was actually taking out.
Well, here
Bathroom
there could have been
sewage.
just sinks. There could have not been plumbing or like
They have vanishing
plumbing
stations.
for
There's no
food.
toilets. You go into a stall and you make it vanish.
Well, then they still. I mean, maybe they'd like to exfoliate. Maybe they're still washing their faces and stuff.
And then why would pureblood wizards
Yeah, that goes to that too. Just
adopt
because
Muggle technology?
just because there wasn't technology to flush shit away doesn't mean there wasn't technology for
that
baths.
would have been an argument like you have to go somewhere to poop on the ground, make it disappear.
There's a huge fucking forest in the like. What do you?
You don't go in there. Fucking too much shit.
That's where all of it goes.
Centaurs would be mad.
But yeah, why would they adopt Muggle technology? Never heard that before.
Well, she can do whatever
A
she
water
wants.
closet.
Does sometimes her Pottermore like
Contradicts
the main source? Which one do you take as canon?
whatever she says because she's allowed to, basically.
Yeah, but if she contradicts herself, then you just flip a coin or whatever's newest is
Whatever's
valid.
newest. It can erase the old stuff. I got a story for you guys.
Sure.
I want everybody to chime in on this.
No, no.
All right? You ready?
Ready?
A man in Ireland developed an abscess in his arm after injecting his semen to treat his lower back pain. The man required medical assistance at a hospital in Dublin to treat the infection. He admitted to doctors to injecting his semen once a month for 18 months to cure his back pain.
Okay, where was he injecting it? Into his arm?
Yeah, you want me to keep reading
So
this?
how does it affect his
No.
back if it's in his arm?
According to an article published in the Irish Medical Journal, the man went to the hospital after developing a large abscess on his arm. Doctor, I don't want to keep going.
I mean,
Does-
if it worked, can you imagine?
Oh, wait.
You would have to inject it to the point of pain in the back.
So you are saying that injecting semen?
No, I'm just
No,
trying
but
to
that was my
understand why
question.
he would do it in his arm.
Well, you figure if it gets in the bloodstream, that semen's going to work
But
its
no,
magic.
he just no.
While examining the man, he admitted to doctors he was using an innovative method to treat his back pain. For the past 18 months, the man injected his semen into his arm.
Because he didn't say injected into his vein.
When doctors pressed the man for more information, he told them he devised the cure without consulting a medical professional.
Of course he did.
He told his doctors his back pain had improved.
Gross.
Hold
Hey,
on.
so it worked.
Hold on.
It
No.
freaking worked, man.
Hold on. It did not work. How long would you have to be in pain before you're like, you know what, this doesn't work. Let me try something else.
12 months.
18 months.
Well, maybe the pain was so much in his arm that he forgot about his back pain.
That's what I'm thinking.
Who does that?
A crazy person.
Anthony, what do you think?
I thought it was going to take a much more wild turn. Like something was growing in his arm. It got infected or
Baby.
something like that.
He injected an egg and there's no uterus in there.
I know, but I was waiting for the story.
He
to
had an
unfold.
infection growing in his arm.
Yeah, that's a schmegma infection.
James was telling me that there was a embryo storage facility in Colorado that lost power,
Oh.
and their backup generator didn't come on, and all the embryos died. And there was like people, like women that had a hysterectomy, and like,
That's sad. I would sue.
oh,
They
I'm
are.
sure, there's going to be a lawsuit.
That's horrible.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I brought to the table today was
An infection in
semen
the arm.
injections.
I brought magical shit.
Literally magical shit.
I took a magical shit
I heard.
at work the other day.
You wanna explain
And-
this?
Yeah, I'll explain it. It's really embarrassing, but
Did you wipe?
everybody at my work already knows.
So let's set the stage. Let's tell the
What did you
story
eat the
right.
day before?
Let's give the exact
remember.
address of Anthony's work.
No.
So I had to poop really bad at work. Okay. And so I started getting the sweats. You know, that's when it's going down.
Lower stomach pain.
Oh,
The
yeah.
downtown pushdown.
And so I start heading for the bathroom. Now, got to go down a hallway. At the end of the hallway is like my manager's office. And as I'm going down the hallway, they're like, oh, hey, I was just calling for you. And they wanted to have my monthly one-on-one
Can
meeting.
you wait 1 second, please?
And I was too embarrassed because my manager is a lady and I didn't want to tell her that I had to shit horribly. And I'm surprised she couldn't, tell by the sweat on my face. And so that little meeting proceeded to go on for like 45 minutes as I'm sitting in there sweating profusely about to shit my pants.
Prairie
And
dog in
All
it.
the time, they're thinking, what kind of drugs is he taking today?
Today.
So
What's with today?
yeah, and so that ended, and so I proceed to go to the bathroom and relieve my bowels. And yeah, that was like one of the gnarliest poops I have probably ever taken. And so I finish up my business, and I flush the toilet, and I go wash my hands, and I kind of hear something going on in there. But I was like, whatever. And so I leave the bathroom, and then as I'm leaving, the security guy that like does the checks everything goes in there literally right after me and calls out that someone had flooded the bathroom. And they had to call someone to come like fix it. And as I'm walking out, like I walk across the store to go to my little area where I work, and this dude's like, dude, what's up? Like, and I was like, oh my God, dude, I think that was me. And he goes over the radio and says, and then he just admitted he flooded the bathroom, like over the radio. So everybody fucking knew. It was the most embarrassing thing ever.
That's why you got to Avada Kedavra that shit.
Yeah. If only that was possible. So now everybody knows I'm the guy that flooded the bathroom. Yeah, it was really, really embarrassing.
Ryan started the fire.
Ryan started the
As long
fire.
as you didn't have to clean it up. It's all good.
Nope, I don't get paid for that shit.
For that shit.
Literally.
Yeah,
You just get paid to shit.
that's right.
It's the best. I
I think you did it after the meeting, I guess. It
Yeah.
would have been a completely different meeting if you had shit first.
maybe if you would have. How many stalls are there?
2.
Maybe if you would have shit first, it wouldn't have clogged. Bandersnatch style.
Or
Yeah.
just half a shit in one, walk out, go to the next one.
Courtesy flushed it. I don't know.
Have you done Bandersnatch yet?
No.
Okay, I was just curious. Have you ever seen Empire Records?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't
Rex
think I
Manning
liked
Day?
it.
Of course you wouldn't like it.
Is
It's a good movie.
John Cusack?
No,
No.
that's High Fidelity.
Jack Black.
Okay, I might not have seen Empire Records then.
I'm trying to.
How would you get
I
those
need to
two
get
mixed
to.
up?
Well, they're music movies.
Record
I mean.
stores.
I'm trying to think. If we take away the Kevin Smith movies,
Okay.
the Matrix movies,
Anything with
dude,
Keanu
you were
Reeves in
obsessed
it?
with that shit for like 10 years.
Yes, 10
Well
years
beyond
ago.
the expiration date.
Well, what other movies do you really like?
Star Wars.
Okay, let's take away all the superhero movies
Okay.
and the Kevin Smith movies. Like, what else do you really like?
All I pretty much watch now is kid movies. There's not really anything besides Marvel or children's movies.
I mean, I have kids too. I watch a lot of kids movies, although I've just turned the page and starting to show Parker other stuff. Like, we just 2 nights ago, we watched Monty Python Search for the Holy Grail, which it's fun watching his face because it's half like hysterical and half like what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. Did he get a kick out of some of the ones like the Black Knight?
He doesn't like blood.
It's
so horribly fake blood.
Yeah, it's so whimsical. Like, oh, I'm not
But
hurt.
he's never watched anything. He liked that part.
Yeah.
But he's never watched anything with blood. He liked the pit of death or the pit of despair or whatever, the
You
bridge.
like the rabbit?
Imagine a lot of other jokes would just go over his head. Just
We didn't watch the girl part.
a guy banging coconuts. It was
He liked that.
you like
liked
that?
that,
Yeah.
What the whole peasant talk? Where, who
No,
you know,
that was over his head.
right.
But I mean, there's a lot of jokes in kids' movies that go over their heads too. They put those in there for adults. Not that they did that, obviously, but I thought it was time. I gave him the option. I'm like, Parker, I'm going to give you 2 good movies that I like. One's an action, one's a comedy.
What was the other one?
Casino Royale. It was James Bond.
You gonna show him that?
Yeah.
That may be a little much.
It's PG-13.
No way, it ain't. They show nudity, don't they?
No.
They don't show what's her name naked.
No, Bond
the-
movies don't do that.
That's the only movie she's not naked.
Yeah, right. Eva Green.
No one.
Bond movies don't do that. And then I thought, it probably was a
They
good
get
idea.
very close because some
Yes,
of them.
they're like masterful with that. They're like
Yeah,
massage
she's painted
therapists
gold and you don't
or
see
masseuses.
anything.
Massage there.
Sorry, masseuse. You ever had a massage?
I actually had my first one ever in December.
Ours was in
Last
first.
month.
Was
How
in
was it?
October.
October.
It was not what I expected, I guess. I think I was expecting more of a
Mouth
massage.
to the mic.
A little bit more.
What do you mean?
Like what?
Hey, I know places.
I don't need one of those.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I had this preconceived notion of what a massage was going to be, and then after the hour was up, I was just like, oh, that's it? Okay.
You didn't like it?
I'm not saying I didn't like it. I just think I had...
It didn't
Did you
change
go
your
to a
life?
couples massage?
No, it was... No.
Just a
So I was
fan?
by myself.
Really?
It was like a thank you from work. They took a bunch of us.
Oh, did you get naked?
No, I left my boxers on.
I did too the first time. I'll never do that again.
She sort of stayed away from that area anyway, so...
Oh no, mine massaged all my upper inner thighs. It was good shit. What? There was no touching of the ass or the crotch.
You know what I think is I wanted a face massage, and that wasn't part of whatever they paid for. So I
Okay.
think that was probably my biggest disappointment.
You wanted a facial. Gotcha.
My big thing was I had pinched a nerve in my neck, so I was stiff the entire time.
Party body.
Yeah, nice. I had pinched a nerve in my neck, so even like as she was massaging, I couldn't relax because I was in so much pain. And my head is so fucking big that my face doesn't fit in that hole. So it was just pressing on my eyes, and then my contacts just got all blurry.
Oh, yeah, I had that happen
So
too.
I'm gonna just wear glasses next time, and that pinched nerve has gone away in my neck. So I want to go back pretty soon and get a massage. I was thinking February, end of
Okay.
February. We'll go back because we went together.
It was fun.
But they're like masterful with that sheet. You're never. I left my boxers
Exposed.
on the first time, but I won't next time. Have you gotten a massage, Anthony?
No, I would like to, but I just never have.
I'm not big on people touching. I know you haven't.
Yeah.
I'm not big on people touching me, but they're professionals. What's weird is I had this like tiny lady, like didn't open my eyes till then until I saw her, but their full body weight was on my back. Like her knees were on my back of my thighs, and then her hands were on my shoulders. So
Climbing on you?
yeah. Did they do that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, they're only like 85 pounds. They're these like tiny ladies.
I did not get any of that. I was actually covered with like a full sheet, and she was like rubbing me on top of the sheet.
Oh, that's how it started. But then they would pull the sheet.
They fold the sheets.
They would fold the sheet on the area that they were working on, always with you covered, but they would fold it, and they had like I don't know what they had. It wasn't lotion.
It was like oil.
It was probably oil. Yeah. It was nice. I would do it again. It's worth it.
I would too, but only because I didn't pay for that one.
Groupon, man.
Yeah. You
How
should
about
you should
three?
take your lady to a couples massage.
But make sure you
Yeah.
tip them afterwards.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't want to do any adult things?
No, I like doing
That's a little too adult.
things, but
Sexy time.
There's nothing sexy about
Give
it.
me the reasons not that you wouldn't want to do it.
well, I would like to get a massage. I don't know if I would want to go do like a couples massage. I don't know.
Do you guys hold hands? While
You don't like your
No.
girl?
You're not in the same room?
I never said
We're in
that.
the
She
same
doesn't like
room.
massages?
I don't know. I've never asked her.
Do you guys talk
What
during
color
it?
are her eyes?
No.
Brown.
Okay, I was just what's her middle name?
I know it, but it's
I can see it in my mind's eye.
in my mind's eye. I can see it, but I can't pronounce it, so I'm not going to say it.
Very, very well done.
Now, what you gotta do is remember it later. Shout it out. Robert will edit it so you say it right. So you look like a good guy.
So I mean, since you're going to Vegas and she's not, I mean, it's like different area codes, right?
Hey,
You talking about massage now?
yeah, I guess I'm very mindful of what I say.
I know. She listens.
She does listen.
Very intently.
It's going to be a fun trip. We'll say that much.
You could. Eric's just
Soundboard.
shaking his head.
Dude, you got to get in there, get her phone, and just delete the podcast when it downloads automatically.
No, I need those downloads.
Yeah, after
It already
downloads.
downloaded.
Okay.
After it downloads,
Okay.
delete it before she listens
enough.
to it, and then maybe she'll just never notice.
Hey, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, I
You're
guess.
digging yourself like
I'm
this big old hole.
I'm so just kidding.
If he
right
comes
now.
back.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
so
gonna be in a
joking.
hole. Oh yeah, you guys are carpooling up there together.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Shotgun.
That's fine.
Yeah, what is he gonna do? Sit in the front while you sit in the back with Bernadette?
Yeah.
Is that how
Like,
this
your
shit
turn.
works? Yeah, we're all gonna. You're not gonna go to Vegas, are you?
No, I don't think so.
That's unfortunate.
I'm gonna miss out.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. You could go by yourself.
There could have been 4 couples and 3 dudes instead of 3 couples and 3 dudes.
Sam's driving himself. Now, speaking of Sam, the new artwork will be up soon. Have I showed you the new artwork yet?
I saw the stuff you put on Twitter.
No, it's got color now, and it's pretty good.
Okay.
He's
The last one I saw was he had like drawn you 3, but it was just
Black
not
and white.
coded. Yeah.
So he's adding some the name of the podcast on there, and then eventually Corey doesn't know this because he's not involved. There'll be shirts at some point in
I
the
love
future.
shorts.
I've seen you wear shorts like 3 times.
So is it going to be a picture of the logo, and then on the back, is it going to say, do you sit or stand when you wipe?
Yeah, yeah. No, it'll be like I'll give it a B. All right, give it a
There
B.
you go.
Did you post like an in progress shot that was just you and Katrina before you posted the one of all 3 of you?
Yes.
So I saw that one and I was just like, damn, he's really going to do that to Corey. He's gonna update the fucking the picture without Corey on it.
Well, he's on the side for when BB tells him finally that he's not allowed to do this anymore. We can just cut him out.
Yeah. Crop. Katrina's in the middle, so when you're gone.
We'll have Sam fix the hair, add a little bit of bigger belly. Sorry, and just put Alan on that side.
Nice.
No, he just hadn't drawn him yet.
You should just have him draw Alan now so you can just
Yeah,
slide
we
it
need-
over.
it
We need the whole cast.
Yeah, I know, right? No,
It's like one of the big Marvel things where all the characters are out.
Yeah, Apparently, I've hijacked Alan from his podcast.
It's because it's better.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. I liked their podcast.
too.
I'm bummed that it's not around anymore. Of course, I was on one of the 5 episodes that they put out.
Only 5?
There can only be
5
one.
or 6, yeah. I've absorbed the talent part of their group. Well, we've had Kendall on here. We've had Alan on here. And we've talked about having Matt on here
He
once.
was on here when...
Oh, he was on too? Yeah. So we've had all those guys on here. And we've talked about having Matt on every couple months to do like a... I mean, as far as nerd stuff goes, we've got movies and video games and comic books fairly covered in the house. But wrestling is something that I don't watch anymore. And I wouldn't mind having on here once every like couple months. I see your face, Anthony. I'm not saying every month. I'm saying like once every like if WrestleMania was on. WrestleMania is a big deal.
Yeah.
WrestleMania gets like millions and millions and millions and millions of people. So I figured
It makes a lot of money.
it wouldn't be a bad idea to have like the big events out throughout the year to have somebody that knows what they were talking about. So I've touched base with Matt about having his own little wrestling corner on here, but we'll see what happens. What's up, Katrina?
Well, I'm making a list. I'm trying to figure out what movies we've already seen this year.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Aquaman. The second half of Aquaman.
So one thing about Aquaman that bothered me.
The beginning with the father and son that was super, super fucking cheesy.
That's fine. It's more so the, Power Rangers 1990
Black
villain.
Manta. Yeah.
Yeah, that just, I was like, why did they make him look so cheesy? Like, he could have been so badass, and then they made him look super cheesy.
Have you seen any of the DC?
I watched Wonder Woman.
Do you like it?
It was good.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's good.
That's it.
It was good.
The rest of them you don't need to see. I mean, Aquaman was entertaining. I actually think you might like it. It was that has a battle scene in it. Like,
When the
fucking, it's
freaking
crazy.
crab people come.
I like the crab people.
Yeah, it was cool.
The character design in it is really cool. The story is meh,
Less than.
but
I thought the fight scenes were neat. Like, I know it was hard for me to take Nicole Kidman like super seriously, but when she was fighting and the camera was like moving around, I thought that was really cool.
do you know who Jason Momoa is? I mean, at this point,
He's on Game of Thrones, isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you know him from Game of Thrones?
He's
I
a
know
tall-
he did something else, but
A Conan movie.
He's in a show on Netflix called
Frontier?
Frontier. He played Conan the Barbarian.
But you know
in
who
the
he
Conan
is.
Movie.
yeah.
Good looking guy.
Yeah. I think he can probably get some poontang.
Good looking guy.
Yeah.
Good looking guy.
Yeah, he's got some nice eyebrows and some nice.
Is
muscles.
he here?
Katrina, is Jason Momoa an attractive man?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about that later.
My when we went and seen it, my girlfriend was like, "I don't even really like him that much," and I was like, "Are you serious? Even I like Jason Momoa, and you don't think he's attractive?" Like,
You didn't say relationship over.
yeah.
That before she'd seen him as Khal Drogo?
Yeah, I think it was before we started watching Game of Thrones.
He's a great side character.
He is. He's not a main character.
lead.
He was. I actually liked him in Justice League,
Yeah,
and I liked Flash in Justice League. The rest of Justice League wasn't good.
I liked both of them, like their comedic relief.
Yeah. No, and I like Jason Momoa in the movie. It's just he's a really good secondary character. I think he had a little bit of a problem holding his own in a movie, but that was DC trying to make a Marvel movie basically, and it worked for the most part. But it's not a Marvel movie.
I think that like visually it was really good, minus
The special effects were pretty good.
Manta Ray or
Black Mana.
Yeah. And then and then the audio was really good too. We seen it in the Dolby theater, the Dolby Atmos theater, which I'm like really into the surround sound aspect of like movies like that, and I thought it was really well done audio wise.
I wish you would have seen the new Blade Runner movie in one of those, because the sound in that is like
Amazing, except for
something else.
our experience.
Yeah, there was a busted subwoofer in our theater, so it went.
That sucks.
Sucked.
Yeah.
I would complain. They have these like really badass. They're like mounted subwoofers. They're just these big ass boxes that sit in the corners. I think there was 3 on each side, and then they had like the 32 or whatever speakers around. It was really really sweet. And the screen that they use in that theater is I forget what it's called, but it's basically a screen that allows like audio to pass through it without like
filtering
without
it or
distortion. And so they have all these center channel speakers, so that way, like, it's more directional where the person is talking from. You can more so hear it from that part of the screen, which is really cool. It's a Titan screen from Screen Innovations.
What? How much time we got left, Katrina? What are we at?
You're at 55.
Okay. Since you guys weren't here and you've been on the podcast a few times, what were you guys' top 3 favorite movies of last year, and what are you looking forward to most this year? Whoever wants to go first can go first. You guys can dick joust if you want.
No, so easily my favorite movie was Infinity War.
Okay.
And then Endgame would be the one I'm looking forward to the most this year. And then I'm going to let you go because I'm going to have to think of 2 more movies.
Did you see 3 movies all of last year?
Yeah, but...
Mostly kid movies?
Or Marvel, yeah.
You took one of my movies.
We can share. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can share that one. Shit. I really liked Black Panther. That came out at the beginning of the year.
I know you don't listen to the podcast, but that was my number 3 of last year. Avengers was my number 2.
Well, we all know what your number 1 is.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So good.
That's a tough one. I'm trying to remember what movies I actually seen in theaters.
Real quick, did you know that Chris Pine recorded an entire Christmas album?
No.
I heard you can download it and listen to it. I don't think they... Yeah, it's pretty good.
So literally just for like that one scene?
Yeah. Spidey bells?
I'm trying to... I didn't see very many movies in theaters this year. Probably like...
You probably saw more than
Venom or Aquaman. Those are 2 movies that I know I've seen. I wouldn't say they're like the greatest movies ever, but I liked them a lot. Yeah, Black Panther. I seen that when I was in San Francisco, and I didn't know anything about Black Panther, so I went in with like kind of low expectations, and it freaking blew me away.
That's a good movie.
I still want to know what Claw's mixtape sounds like. Andy Serkis, get back to me on that one.
He listens. I met him one time. He's a cool guy.
Is he small? Is he a little guy?
He was sitting down.
About Gollum size.
Yeah.
He looks like he would be a short man.
I think he is.
I'm pretty sure he's probably average.
So if I'm going to pick 2 more movies just for time's sake, let's just go with Black Panther and Incredibles 2.
Okay.
And you saw Harry Potter, Anthony.
You liked Incredibles 2 more than you liked Spider-Verse?
Maybe, like, barely. It could be a tie, easily. But I've watched Incredibles 2 multiple times since it's come out again, whereas I've only seen Spider-Verse once, so...
Fair enough. I saw Spider-Verse twice, and that's kind of why I watched Black Panther 3 or 4 times this year, and I watched Avengers 3 or 4 times this year. That's why I put Spider-Verse as my number 1. Because I had seen all of them multiple times. And a lot of times it's like the most recent thing you've seen is what's most fresh in your mind, but I really like that.
He's 5'8".
He's 5'8". There you go. He's short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What are you looking at, Corey?
There was another movie. Oh, this
Movies, maybe jog the memories. I don't know.
We're not dedicating that much time to the episode from it. I just wanted to.
You want to throw a cast out?
What was your favorite video game you played last year, Eric? It didn't have to come out last year. I know your backlog's probably like 600 games deep.
It's not that bad anymore. Hold on. Give me a second. I can tell
That's
you.
all right. I can cut dead time. Katrina, I'm going to cut this, but did you have a story before I...
You watched Ready Player One, Anthony?
Yeah, Ready Player
What
One
about a
was
few
up there.
things?
A Quiet Place.
You want to touch on one before we... Is there a good
Deadpool
one
2,
that you want
Solo,
I don't know if it's good.
Ant-Man, anything?
Why would you bring it at all?
Ant-Man is a
Because
good
it's a
movie, but
I
it's
liked
not.
as a kid.
It's not top 3 caliber.
I thought A Quiet Place was really good.
It was.
Besides
And
Space Force.
I know your favorite movie of the year is Christmas Chronicles.
Hey, yeah, that was really good.
I have an easy answer for that question.
I'm probably one of the few, but I really liked Last Jedi.
I did too.
I have my own issues with it, but I really liked it.
That wasn't this
probably
last
up
year.
You
there.
might have watched that.
Oh, I thought that was this year.
It was the year
Holiday.
before.
Year before.
Solo was this year, technically.
Oh, I never seen that one.
That's
I
on
like
Netflix
that.
right
It's on
now.
Netflix.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Should watch it.
I think it's a fun movie.
my number 1's in that movie.
You didn't watch Bird Box yet, did you?
I probably won't watch that movie.
Why?
Sandra Bullock?
You don't like horror movies?
I'm just not in a huge rush to watch it. I might watch it sometime, but I'm not in a huge rush to watch it.
You're not a horror movie fan?
I like horror movies.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like it.
You know what I did want to see that I didn't see is Meg.
Yeah, I wanted to see it too. It's supposed to be fucking god awful, but I still wanted to see it.
Or that movie Overlord. I never got
I
to
wanted
watch
to see that
either.
too.
Super Troopers 2, did you go with us? One of you? Both of you? None of you?
I did not.
Eric did.
I was there.
Yeah.
I bought on
I
Black
was
Friday
there.
for $4.
Nice. I didn't. I probably should.
Okay, so top video game for last year?
Yeah.
Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu.
Hey-oh. Haven't played it.
I haven't either.
It's the whole reason I've always wanted, like, I know they have them on 3DS, Pokemon games that are like 3D World.
But they're not the same because the Pokemon aren't walking around.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
overworld.
this was like a whole new level. It's the reason I bought a Switch. I beat it probably like the week between Christmas and New Year's, and
What's the nostalgia level for you? If you had never played the old games, would you even care? The old game, I should say.
this is definitely, let's say, dumbed down, even though the original games were like a dumbed down version of a role playing game anyway.
Yeah.
But this one's even so. In the original, the biggest change in the original, you get a random encounter. You'd have to fight the Pokemon to get its health down to wherever
Low.
Then catch it.
and then catch it. Whereas
Right.
the new one, you encounter something, you throw balls at
It's
it,
all
you catch
Pokemon
it.
Go mechanic, right?
Pretty much. There are a few random. The legendary birds you have to fight. Snorlax, Mewtwo. There might be one or two others.
And then you also fight trainers the same way.
I think Parker's
Yeah.
maybe put like 40 minutes into it.
I'm like
Maybe.
40
Maybe.
hours in.
Fuck.
I'm
No
trying to-
kids care about anything other than Fortnite. It's just how it is.
So I will not let my older one play Fortnite, so it is Roblox. I don't
Ever?
know if they ever. I actually went to Bernadette and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to download this. It's free, and I'll probably play it." And she's like, "I don't want her to play it." So
Yeah, I was the same way.
Well, Parker's
But-
also
Yeah.
9.
Parko's, yeah.
You were
Parker's-
super against
Yeah.
it.
Well, he's
It
also
beat
a
my
lot
number
older.
one game
Huh.
for this year.
What?
It beat it. Fortnite beat my number one game for the year, which was God of War. That was my number
Well,
one.
it was Fortnite was the most profitable. It's been
Wait.
it's the most profitable game ever at this point.
Fortnite's your favorite game of the year?
No. God of War was my favorite game of the year.
Ew. You like that game?
It was a great game.
You're going to be put in a position, if it's still as popular in like 2 years, to where every single person she knows plays it.
I mean, but she's 6.
No, I know. Parker didn't play. I didn't let him play it till he was 8.
Yeah, so I mean, I got.
No, that's what
time.
I'm saying. I
got
said in
time.
like 2 years,
I would say in 2 years, a lot of things do change over
it'll
time.
be a different game.
2 years ago, Minecraft was, maybe like 3, 4. It's still a little popular,
But
but
Fortnite is like on
I-
a completely different level.
I wouldn't say it's completely like,
and it's constantly evolving. That's what's really neat.
no, it's,
The season passes are actually kind of cool.
Yeah. I haven't played for 2 seasons, and it's already like so different
The
from
map
when
changes
I played it.
and
It's not just that. It's like the whole dynamic of like, oh, now you can actually die and respawn with your guns.
Yeah.
And all this other BS. There's like vehicles. There's turrets.
I don't like playing the 100-person battle, but I like playing squads.
Yeah, squad. It's so much better when you play with other people.
Yeah.
If you can play squads or duos, it's a lot of fun.
Duos, we play duos.
Me and Keegan shit on people in that game when we play duos, but like it's hard, man. It's really hard if you don't know how to build. You're
Well, it's
screwed.
funny when I'm running behind Parker and Parker's in front of me, and it's all of a sudden he's like he's building all this shit, and I'm just following him. Like I don't build anything ever.
Yeah.
I just follow him, and I just fucking
you run and
go behind him with a shotgun and just take people out. The guns are fun too.
It can be a lot of fun. I talked a lot of crap on it in the beginning, and then I actually played it a couple times. Like, oh,
That's
this
exactly
is
what I
neat.
did.
This is kind of fun. I could, and then you get killed a million times and don't get one kill,
Yeah.
and then you're like, I have to kill these little turd bag fucking 12-year-old kids, and then you get angry, and then you just like,
That's what you used to do in Halo.
Yep.
It's like it came full circle.
Yeah. It's weird playing with Parker, and we're having headsets and we're chit chatting while we're playing. It's
Cool.
cool.
the thing you get to a LAN party nowadays.
we should all play one day.
Okay. You just can't swear on the headset.
That's fine. I'm pretty
Yeah, you are.
pretty good about it sometimes
We just have to
when I try.
Like Parker had to write 5 things about his dad like today, and he only wrote 4, but one was like, my dad's a good cook, my dad likes to play Fallout, my dad likes to play Fallout with me, or Fortnite with me, and it was my dad loves my brother and me. I'm like, oh, that's cute. I put it on the fridge.
That is super cute.
Well, what's number 5 going to be?
I don't know.
You have a.
No, I only have 4 things that are good about me. No, but it is. It's the fact that there's like no blood at all was kind of, and I played it a little while before I let him play. And I'm like, as long as the volume's turned off, yeah, I don't mind.
100% turn off the mic.
Yeah.
But in terms of, just cartoony mischief, like it's...
Exactly.
But
it's like the Lego game.
You go back and listen to when you argued against that.
Oh, yeah.
6 months ago.
Because you don't know.
The thing is as a parent, things are constantly evolving. You can't say...
You had played at that point in time. You said, I pulled out Fortnite or something. I was like, oh, you could play? Like, no, never.
I think I had played one game. You can chuckle, but I mean...
Oh, it's funny. If you go back and listen to it now, you say, that guy's dumb.
No.
So
you get new information. You get new information and you change your perspective on things.
Hey, you played it, right?
Yeah.
That's very well
You
said.
didn't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your perspective changes when you add in new information to the equation. I played, after I actually played it, and I played it, and I'm like, okay, as long as the mics are turned off, I don't care.
I would think it's even more PG than, Halo. And Halo only had, would you let a kid play Halo right now if it was popular, right? With little alien blood?
Maybe.
Was it?
But everything about Fortnite is cartoonish.
Oh yeah.
So it's like there's not really.
It's like Team Fortress. You don't play that probably.
Probably.
It's the same thing.
But yeah,
off the mic.
Fortnite, man, that game is a fucking moneymaker. Because it's not like you can buy better weapons. You buy skins, and the skins are super fucking expensive.
That's one thing that's good. It's not pay to win.
Well, you also have to pay to get the battle pass.
Yeah.
To level up to get stuff. So they kind of hook you there.
It's what is it, $9?
Yeah, I think it's $10 or something like that.
4 times a year?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it's every 3 months.
If anybody's going to topple it, it'll be the same company or a company that does free to play better.
Yeah.
Or
other companies have tried, but they're not quite getting it yet.
True. Nobody's taking.
But
the
things come in
market from them.
cycles.
I mean, I think the last Call of Duty kind of stole away some of the, what do you call that game mode? Battle Royale?
Yeah,
market?
it is a better... The Call of Duty Blackout is a better Battle Royale, but it doesn't appeal to as wide of a spectrum as Fortnite does.
PlayStation Network or Xbox One.
Next time we're playing, I'll text you, and you can jump on and you can play with us.
So I should probably download it?
It's free. Download it anytime. I thought you already had it.
No.
We can res you.
You just said earlier that you downloaded it.
No, I said I was going to.
Or Dead shut it down.
Yeah, she said no.
Mid download. Oh, I have to erase it now.
My thing is literally. I work for a school district. Every single kid, everywhere plays that game. It's insane.
You see all the shirts, all the kids. Yeah, it is.
There is a no Fortnite dance rule in my daughter's class.
Really?
In first grade, yes.
That's awesome.
Nice.
It's a sign when you walk in.
That's probably most classes. That's why I don't see him in classes. I see him outside of the lunch rooms and stuff, fucking doing all kinds of dances. There's certain dances I won't let him do, and he's not allowed to do Fortnite dances during sports. Period.
We went to Disneyland last weekend, and they had Ralph and Vanellope characters take a picture with. She decided she needed to do the floss in front of Ralph, so.
Did he do it?
No.
That would have been awesome. We're probably well past our time, huh?
You are.
I hate editing ones that are super long. What time is it at?
108. It's not too bad.
You want to talk about Disneyland price increase?
You can. You're the only one that's had to pay it so far.
CEO got a
That's
raise
true.
too. It's going right in his pocket.
And Netflix price increase.
Yep.
I don't actually pay for my Netflix.
Who pays for your Netflix? Your mom?
Anyways, Disneyland. No, Bernadette's sister.
That's horrible.
You're not the only one.
We didn't.
No, you're not.
We didn't buy passes last year because
We didn't either.
they between 16 and or 17 and 18 they went up $130 for the passes we had. So we're like, we're gonna skip a year. We'll save money. We'll buy passes this year, and we'll go back. And then they were nice enough to raise the passes we wanted another $70 the week before we went.
Which passes did you get? The deluxe?
Deluxe, yeah.
That's what we're
And
gonna
then
do.
we have to buy the younger one a pass now because
Yep.
she's almost 4.
She's of age.
So I had the money saved luckily for all year, but then I paid an extra $280, which was nice.
How much is it a month for a deluxe now?
$50, 54 bucks.
And I paid for them outright. So they're $800 a piece now. When I bought them 2 years ago, they were $600 a piece. Which, normal reaction. I'm pissed. Disney is...
Disney.
They're a business. They're here to make money. And then I found some article online that talked about them doing the price increase last year to try to actually deter people from coming to the park, but
Wow, that's
their attendance still increased.
It's supply and demand.
So I mean, with Star Wars Land in summertime,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's gonna be
They
crazy.
gotta make more Disneylands, like across the country or something. It's the only way they're gonna stop.
There's 4 worldwide, or is there 5? There's
Tokyo,
Paris and
Paris.
oh, there's 5 because there's one in China.
I let my pass lapse this year. I want to get it again. I'm just like,
See, but you're in a situation where you can buy the Southern California Select because you can go during the week. Eric and I work Monday through Fridays.
that's true. Huh?
So,
I
like,
didn't
you
think
have to
about
have
that.
one because we go on Sundays a lot.
Yeah, I was paying for the deluxe.
Well, so Deluxe now they split the days. So Disneyland is blacked out the entire month of June and July with our pass, but we can go to California Adventure those days. And
Interesting.
then there's like the others. I think May and August we can't go on any Saturdays, but we can go most Sundays. And
Yeah,
then
that's my thing is most Sundays were available for the deluxe. So
yeah,
we're not renewing till we always take a big trip in October where we go for one of the trick-or-treating nights and we go for 2 days after that. So we're going to renew our passes then because we went to Disney World last year, so we didn't get passes, but we'll be getting them next year. And I'm hoping to buy 2 outright and then finance the other 2. That makes it more.
and then
Let's say affordable.
I know I sent you those pictures. So anybody that's been to Disneyland in California, they where the parking structure was and there was the empty lot on the flat ground is now a parking structure the same height as the one next to it.
That's
They
crazy.
said it's supposed to open next year. So like the whole thing is a disaster construction area.
It's so, and I never go into that main parking structure anymore because last time I had to wait like 45 minutes to park.
The only reason we do is there's a hotel behind it and we stay there and just walk and take the tram. So
When we go up on Sundays, we park at the convention center Disney lot. It's right across the street, and you hit the tram and it drops you off out front. But I've never had to wait to get in. I've had to wait to get out,
Yeah.
but I've never had to wait to get in. And I'm like, I'm not fucking waiting 45 minutes because we go up on Sundays. We get there right when they open. We ride like 10 to 12 rides before lunch. And I mean, you can just fucking knock out rides fast if you get there right when it opens. What's gonna suck is it's gonna be in at least a 3-hour wait for the Millennium Falcon ride. At least. We waited 2 hours and 45 minutes for the stupid fucking Pandora ride and Animal Kingdom because my dad's like, you gotta ride it, you gotta ride it, you gotta ride it, and it was unbelievable.
The parts you saw.
The parts I got to see because Oliver was so afraid of it.
How long did you wait till after Cars Land opened before you went on any rides?
We got a fast pass like the second or third time we went. You
So
go
it was
there
bad
first.
for years.
it's still bad.
When I
Yeah,
went
it's still
there,
bad.
when I went there last year, it was like a 2 to 3 to 4 hour wait depending on what time of day you went. And I was like, nope, it's not worth it.
You go single rider.
Yeah, if you don't have a kid, just go in a single rider line.
Yeah, dude. That's your key.
Oh, if you have a kid that's old enough, still do it.
There's a fucking lady. Her and her 2 kids went single rider, and her daughter was like 6, and they got sat next to me, and I made Katrina switch spots with me. I'm like, I am not sitting next to anybody's little kids. Period. Just because the way that things are nowadays, I don't want anybody saying anything. I just don't want to put myself in that situation. I know that sounds
Isn't that awful
shady.
that it's like that
Yes,
nowadays?
yes, it's absolutely awful.
Like that's like even like at work when like stuff like that happens, I'm like, hey, people, like there's little
A
one
child?
right there.
Yeah.
Can somebody please, lady, woman, do you see this?
Collect your
Like,
child?
Can you come get that, please? Because I can only do.
You just don't want to put yourself in a situation where you could be called out on anything. And that's my
Exactly.
thing. I'm like, first of all, I'm like, what the fuck is this lady doing putting your 6-year-old daughter on a ride with, your daughter's going to be done before you are. She got put on afterwards. So your daughter's going to be waiting for you on the other side?
That's terrible.
That's just shitty parenting.
You didn't see a third parent go first?
No, it was her and 2 kids. No, I was there. I saw them get on. I saw that where
You
they
were
were.
watching.
No, I'm deleting that too. I don't find it amusing.
That's slightly funny.
No. Anytime I have to delete shit off these episodes, it's 99.9% you.
You have to delete a lot of stuff.
I know, on this one.
Yeah.
What could I say right now that you would have to delete?
The N-word, anything about kids, anything negative about any sort of minorities or women. I would delete it.
I'm good.
Hey, you can't talk about the gays either.
I'm pretty sure you just did.
That I'll probably leave in. Okay, that'll be this week's episode. It ran a little long. What?
Nothing. You'll have to cut it out.
Okay, yeah, don't say it then. I've even let Anthony drop the hard C on here a couple times and not deleted it.
That's what I was gonna say.
So
Robert doesn't like it.
no, I don't like it. You use it a lot?
It's my favorite curse word.
No, it's not in my vocabulary.
What's the worst word you say?
Shenanigans.
Fiddlesticks.
Normal curse words.
Will
Normal.
You, will
You
you
can say
even say? Will you even say the derogatory thing towards gay people that starts with F now?
But yeah, I probably would.
Really?
With a hard
Yeah.
T.
I won't even.
I,
My God.
I don't know what that means.
I've completely eliminated that from my
A
vocabulary
soft
as well.
G or a hard T.
I mean, I don't know that it's in my vocabulary, but I'm not against saying it.
I am. I won't say it.
Okay.
I mean, when that general specific group of people says that that's like truly bad, and they're the ones saying it's bad. I mean, how can you?
You can't say it's not.
Yeah, I know it's pretty bad. What are you looking at? You looking at other words you could say? You're a cigarette. That'll be this week's episode. What do you want to say? What do you want the sign off to be?
I just work here.
I just work here.